Ignoring my magenta. Then let's set up the music.
What's that? What are you doing? You don't chew on that. Stop.
Wait, has Kion used her second level ability yet?
No, I've kind of forgotten about the wild magic for a little bit.
Oh.
I need to stop doing that.
Should be. Let me read up on that. Well, I just simply wait. Oh, it's the first level ability Tides of Chaos, which gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. That's pretty good.
Fox, please get off my desk. I don't want to be yelling today.
So yeah, that'd be pretty good to keep in mind during another important piece. Let's see what else.
Are we still inside Roderick's house?
No, that's been a long while ago.
Oh,
now
okay.
we're inside of Keone's new mansion.
Oh, her new mansion?
Manor, sorry.
Manor.
Same thing.
Okay.
Oh, I missed yesterday's session. That's right. I didn't realize that happened.
I froze a noble.
You've frozen a noble. It's Frostier Manor. And let's say you catch up with them after following the tracks of the mobile lab.
It's ironic that it's Frostier as she
No, it's Frozen Tier.
Oh yeah, Frozen Tier, yeah. I put that in my notes. Let me double check this. Places of importance.
The frozen tears of my enemies.
So let's see here. Places of importance. Yep. Frozen Tier Manor. Got it.
Alright.
Okay.
So now we have this up.
I'm going live.
Now?
Yep. And I'm gonna deafen and mute so I can do my intro and then everything else.
Okay, got it. When she's done with her intro, I'll do the recap and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I now pretend this food is the same as emotional stability.
That's what food is. That's exactly what food is.
I ate some crabs for emotional stability.
I eat a piece of cheese that is way too big for emotional stability.
Did you just say you got crabs for emotional stability?
Yeah. I ate their crab legs I had bought.
Oh dear God! Oh dear God! Oh dear God!
I mean,
I knew what he said it, and I didn't say anything. I kept quiet. I knew what he meant. Oh dear. Well, sorry, bud. I actually honestly thought you got crabs or something. That's
now
what.
We're
nah.
Now.
Oh, you're
now we're gonna have. Now we're gonna have the lovely Disturbed introduce and do a recap for us.
Hello, I'm Disturbed Engineer. I am the Dungeon Master. I create the world, act as every NPC, and I create every single place. Next, we have Pip. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Keone. I'm the rabbit folk. And if you make me mad, I'll freeze you with my needles.
Indeed. Next we have Sita the Snake Man.
Yo, what's up? I'm Sita. You can also, I'm a Yanti Pureblood. I'm a I'm also a warlock, so you mess with me, you mess with my patron.
Next we have Thingoran.
I am Thorn, the spiky dwarf with a death wish.
Thekorin.
There we go.
Damn it.
Then we have Trishana.
Hello, my name is Trishana. I am a very conflicted vampire.
And then, finally, we have Vasim.
Hello, I'm Vasim. I am the Dragonborn Himbo of the party.
There we go.
Yeah.
Last session, they saved orphans from the Alleywaymen. They then were sent to Grelin for a hit job where Kyon pacified the noble without using violence. They met some more of the Shadow Hands, and after all that, they got to explore their manor, where we will enter back in. You watch as Mr. Jameson opens up the doors from the library into what seems to be the main hall. Many lavish couches with big frilly and puffy pillows on them. A big old chandelier that hangs up. This place would be beautiful for a ballroom of sorts, with the high ceilings and whatnot. And you see there's a little table in the middle with some decorations of giant metal bowls and whatnot that you imagine be filled to the brim with fruits and meats beside of it. He turns to you and says, "This is the main hall. This is also called the ballroom, but for now we just use it to get to place to place." Do you have any questions about this area? As he looks upon the party.
None from me.
I'm not even here, I don't think.
Yeah, I said you came in.
Oh, okay. Nope, no questions at all. Just
So,
neat.
okay, then. He goes on to show you the dining hall, the kitchen, the foyer, which was the entrance, and, well, some storage rooms and where they live, the servants' quarters. Afterwards, he takes you each upstairs and shows you guest bedrooms for friends and other nobles. A big old office area where you see a desk, and behind it is a beautiful window, and it seems to be very enclosed with some. Dear Lord. So, anyways, and after that, he shows a few bigger bedrooms where he says, "This is where the master of the hold lives. So, since there are multiple of yours, we've made a few more. There's about 6. So, I assume you each want to claim your room and have a swell night. We will be taking care of dinner. You shall meet in the. We will fetch you once we're done." He takes a little bow as you see Zund, who has been following behind quietly, follows Mr. Jameson down the steps into the kitchen. So, do you each claim your rooms?
He seems nice. He's pretty cool. I guess. Yeah, I guess I claim my room.
Yeah.
You each.
I try to find the.
Trish would like to ask Keone if it's alright if she stays here.
Keone just shrugs and goes into one of the rooms quietly.
As you each walk into a different room, you see that it's lavish. A big old bed in the middle of the room that looks comfier than anything you've laid in your lifetimes, except for Keon. A nice little nightstand right beside it made of beautiful dark oak. So, some little a little what is it called again? A
Nightstand?
a little bookshelf, though
Okay.
seemingly emptied, and a little chest, also emptied. You each claim a room.
Huh. I flop down onto the bed and just kind of like lay there and go, yes, now this is luxury.
Shoshana
The
would just
team does the same.
Shoshana would just like to sit on the edge of the bed and take off her shoes and rub her feet.
Mhm.
God, it's been forever since I've had time to rest.
It's as you each.
Who's in the room next to me?
Well, we've had
I
a
need
long
to-
rest every
We'll deal with that later.
Okay.
So, anyways, as you each are laying down and resting up, you do notice that at the end of the main hall there is a window as this place loops around a bit, and outside there seems to be a little old building, seemingly very very strange in look, in the backyard.
Huh.
Keanu's gonna go explore it.
As you go outside, you see that it's a nice little garden that's been snowed over, a little gazebo in the middle of it, and this big old building. You don't know if it's a storage center or not. Completely enclosed with a little glass hatch in the front and a door with the hatch on top of it, or in the middle of it per se. As you open it up, it seems to be a sauna.
Ah.
Keanu just gets a giant wave of nostalgia over her and just runs inside.
You run inside. There seems to be two areas: a back room where you're supposed to put on your clothes and whatnot, put on a towel, and the main area where there's a little thing of water built into the floor, with a bucket, and the coals that seem to have been hot for a little while.
Keanu
Oh,
doesn't
dude.
care. She's face. She just like drops her dress and just goes into the sauna area.
You do so, and
She
after
just leaves the dress at the front door and everything.
after doing this, you get some water out, but after you do so, you notice that it fills up. You believe this is magical in some nature, and maybe the coals are as well. As you pour it on, and a flash of steam billows out and fills the room. You haven't felt this
Sita would
relaxed
love
in a
this.
long time. Well, Sita's laying in bed.
I know that, but I'm just saying in like out of character, Sita would love that.
Yep.
Because he's a snake.
And for the others, let's see here. You guys just rest up in your rooms, correct?
Yeah. Just laying on my bed.
Yep.
Okay. A few hours. It seems like an hour and a half passes as you see you hear Zatoon knock on each of your doors. As it opens, you only see him, the blue tiefling, as he says, the Etzund has went to retrieve Kyon. I will lead you to the dining room where we've already set up the night's meal.
Thank you, I guess.
Keanu has spent like pretty much the whole time in the sauna.
Yep, as you hear a knock on the door.
She'll just open it, forgetting that she's not in the Feywilds and it's not normal to be naked.
As you open it, you see Etzund, the giant Goliath maid, as she's holding her dress, and as she looks down and sees you, she suddenly covers her eyes as a flash of red goes across her face. And holds open the dress and says, "Here you go, Miss." As she's trying her best to look away and cover her eyes with her big old hand.
It takes Kieran a moment, but she just goes, "Oh!" and takes the dress and quickly throws it on, apologizing that she forgot that quote unquote mortals like covering up.
Uh, it's no worries. I had to adopt to this culture as well. Come. I'll lead you to the dining room.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
Yes.
I don't suppose there are any I don't know what you call them here, but adoption areas nearby?
Orphanage.
Nope.
Orphanages.
No, not for people.
For what then? She gives you an
Animals.
inquisitive look. Apples? Oh. You watch as she cups her her chin in her hand and says, "Adopting apples?
No, animals, not apples.
Oh, animals. I believe that I've heard that due to the storms, they've gotten some of the beast trainers in early. I've heard that they have some magical beasts there. They should be As she looks over the fence, she says, "Over there, actually." As you can see through the glimpses of the metal fence, a big old tent connecting to a building.
I'll go see them tomorrow then.
Okay. Let us go to Zion. You've had a long day. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Okay. You watch as you follow the glad that she still is trying her hardest to walk prim and proper, keeping her balance, as if she's pretending she's wearing books on her head.
Kieran just taps her on the shoulder.
She watches she loses balance preemptively, and goes, "Oh, yes."
You don't look comfortable.
She takes a deep breath and says, "This is a new place for me, but the snow is reminding me of home.
Where are you from?
The same way Mr. Clav is Arsaman. He used to work for the dwarves, and the guys used to do the same."
Well, unless you're comfortable, don't walk like that. Walk however makes you comfortable. And if anyone has enough issue with it, they can deal with me.
As a smile appears on her face, it's like, "Oh, thank you for the word, but this is for practice. You see, Mr. Clev says that I need to practice my balance. I accidentally dropped one of the chickens in the kitchen, and due to my little clumsy feet." As she looks down and taps her heels together.
Well, at some point tomorrow, I'll help you. I had to take those lessons when I was little.
A wide smile appears on her face with her, and as she says, "Oh, well, thank you," as she gives you a little curtsy in her dress and says, Come, let's not wait for the others. The food might get cold." As she hurries in, with you following, and you each see as she enters with Kion. Everyone has taken a seat as they see this beautiful spread of chicken, roasted duck, a big old bowl of stew, which seems to has chopped potatoes, carrots, legumes in it, with a broth, and the smell of fresh apples and oranges. As you each take a seat, you may dig in. Do you guys just eat, or is there any special things you wish to talk about?
I mean, you said dig in, so I dug into my actual food.
Taking roleplay to the next level.
Trish,
Oh, Five Guys.
Trish reaches into her pouch and underneath the table, pulls out one of her vials of blood and looks at it. And then looks at her food, thinking, what could I mix this with? And she doesn't see anything she could other than the stew,
Or some water.
but she just, or some water. So she just shakes her head and then stuffs it back in her pouch and then sits at the table, tapping her fingers a bit anxiously.
As you do, you watch as Mr. Cleve comes in and says, Is anything not to your liking, madame?
To me?
Yep.
Trish looks at him a bit surprised as she looks a bit flushed. I just I don't like partaking in certain meals in front of others. As she looks down at her plate, by chance, do you have any tea I could have, please?
We have any kind. Just say the name and we'll bring it to you.
Do you have anything with black licorice and mint?
He takes a deep breath and says, Fortunately for you, yes.
Trish sighs. Thank you so much.
You watch as he leaves as the maid stands by, ready for anyone to ask for help. As after a bit, he comes back with some tea, and you each enjoy your dining room meal.
Is Sita actually like no? Would I be chewing my food?
Yeah,
Or would I?
You're only part snake, not full snake.
Okay.
You're not
Okay, so I wouldn't be
here.
like swallowing my. I wouldn't be swallowing my food whole.
Yep.
You just
Okay.
see, like,
You
Sita
say
leaning
you're
just,
food
it's just
back.
in the bag, just.
He just slides his food down his throat and then crushes it in his throat.
No. What
Yeah,
he
he
does
just-
is he takes the roasted chicken and he like slowly wraps his body around it, then eats it whole.
Yeah.
And then he just chucks all the bones.
Yep. But okay, I wanted to make sure I was not
Keone.
actually like swallowing my food whole.
Keone's gonna gesture to Jameson.
He notices and says,
Okay.
Yes?
Would you be able to arrange something for me?
Yes, was this arrangement for?
See, I made an agreement with someone that I would give them a sweet roll every day for the rest of their life. Would you be able to arrange that with the local bakery?
Oh, that should be easy. May I ask who this person is so I can send it to their address?
She'll recite the name to him. Try not to laugh her ears off.
Trish begins to snicker, hiding her face.
Oh.
And
Is it-
please make sure to add, if they can add a little note going from Keone, aka the monster folk.
With that, he says, "Oh, that Baron, huh? Trying to get on, huh? Oh, very well then. I hope that you can change his ways with these sweet rolls."
Oh, believe me, I already have.
He gives you an inquisitive look, but shakes it off and says, "I shall do this at once, so that the bakery can start doing it tomorrow morning. I'll leave you with Etzund. I've trained her well, and she should take care of every need."
Trish tries to stifle a snorting laugh.
He ignores it and goes out, and you hear the door open and close as he leaves the front. As you see the Goliath just standing there, and you hear her tapping her foot as she's just simply waiting, staring at the food with a little bit of hunger in her eyes, but otherwise it's fine.
Keone is gonna pile some of the food onto a plate and take it over to the maid.
As you do, she looks at you and says, "Oh, thank you. She tries to get the words out, but it seems to be stuck in her throat as she says, I'm a bit peckish, but the master says we eat after the nobles, but if it's your command."
You work hard, you deserve to eat with.
Thank you. As she takes the plate and quietly, while still standing up, starts pecking at it.
Keone just nods and goes to finish her food.
Trish would like to turn in her chair so nobody can see, holding her glass of tea, and pour half of a blood vial into her tea and stir it up with her pinky finger, and then turn back and begin sipping at it.
Okay. You do that with ease, considering that you see that the pudgy Goliath is currently eating her food at the moment. And she doesn't even notice you take the little sip.
Sita's still kind of like, he's just kind of like, he's very reluctant to eat, even though he's kind of hungry. He doesn't really, he knows what duck is. He just kind of picks at it a little bit every once in a while. I don't know if we're still eating, but he just kind of picks at his food.
You guys have just finished up your, I'd say, second plate, I guess. Considering this is a lavish meal, you guys haven't really gotten to sit down and eat something other than rations.
Mm-hmm.
Keone is gonna look at Siege and go, if you're feeling better, we could go for another run today. Or tomorrow.
I guess we could go for another one. And he just kind of picks off another piece of duck and puts it in his mouth and kind of gnaws on it for a second.
You watch as the Goliath, after finishing her plates, kind of sets it down on the table and says, "So, I heard that you were adventurers."
What did you say you cut out?
So after she finishes her plate and sets it down and looks to y'all and says, "I heard each of you are adventurers. Is this true?"
Somewhat.
Fish just nods.
She looks at you and says,
I mean, I'm a gladiator.
Mr. Cleve has always told me that, well, people to get these houses either have to work very hard or be be born very lucky.
What about both?
Oh. She looks at you and says, "Then you must be exceptionally rare."
She just taps her rabbit ears. I've been told.
She gives you a nice smile and asks, "What's the scariest thing you've ever faced?" Did I cut out again?
No.
No, she just like, she starts thinking.
First,
It seems appetite.
It seems she looks towards Vasim, who has gobbled up his third plate by now within one gulp.
Dude.
Trish
Table
places
manners.
a-
Not wrong.
Trish places a napkin in Vasim's lap and looks at him. You're dropping food all over the floor.
Oh.
Oh, so that does seem quite terrifying. But I'm talking about more of the big creatures.
Well, people tend to tell me that the creatures from where I live are terrifying, but I think they're rather fun.
Oh.
Maybe we should not have this conversation. I guess it's a kind of a, hard question to ask, I would say.
Are
Why
you
not?
okay, Sita?
No, yeah, I'm fine. It's not a good conversation to have at the moment. And I give her a good look to where I tell the Goliath that it needs to stop because I know the truth.
Make a persuasion check, because she is a little dense at times.
Okay.
Can I also make an insight?
To
Like
Sita.
I would like to take
Yes.
an insight as well. if
Let
that's
let
okay.
Keon do it. How about this? Both you and Keon roll.
Okay.
I'm
Do I
rolling my
add my
perception.
insight to it?
Yes, and you, Sita,
Yeah.
you roll persuasion on the Goliath.
Persuasion.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's make this a DC 15 for Sita.
Oh no.
Okay,
Dude.
Nat 1. You only pique her
Yeah.
curiosity evermore, and she says, "What have you faced?" As roll a general deception check to see who passes and who fails between Keon and Trish. See
Oh, for
yeah, because
okay.
they're rolling insight on you.
Okay. Go fuck yourself! +5. I'm a very deceptive person.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Although
I'd like to
Deception.
use luck, or like to use one of my thingies. What are they? The
Luck
Have
points.
to get a
psionic.
nat 20 just so you know.
yeah,
Oh,
Hmm?
well,
Yeah.
I was gonna use my psionic power to add to Keone's.
can you do it to other people's?
That's why I was asking you to see if I could.
Okay, so let's see it. Soul knife, and after
It's
I figure this out,
okay.
let's see here. Neck.
Out of character.
If
I've
you
done
fail
on
it, not
Pokemon.
someone else. And Vasim, what is it
Okay.
out of character? What did you say?
I didn't offer you any.
What the fuck's going on?
I'm so fucking confused.
Okay, so both of you, so you both can't read Sita as he as he manages to make the Goliath more interested in his past rather than not. As the Goliath prods a bit more and says, "What have you faced that has caused great fear, my lord?"
Maybe we should wait until tomorrow for this conversation. It is rather late.
Trish agrees with nods, looking at Keone. I agree.
Okay then, I'm sorry for my curiosity. As she takes a little
I'm
bow.
sorry.
I shall be in the servant quarters if you'll need me. I think I'm going to take an early night. After cleaning
ahead.
these dishes. After looking at Vasim's 3 emptied plates.
Trish would like to stack up her plates as well as Vasim, so they're nice and orderly for the maid to pick up.
You do so, and you hear her say, "Thank you," as she picks up your Trish's and starts taking up. You each go back to bed? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Trish would like to stand outside for a bit and kind of maybe smoke or something.
Keone has gone to the study.
And what would you like to do in the study?
She's going to start to write a letter home.
Got it. So, as you write the letter, what do you smoke exactly, Trish?
I'm just smoking like tobacco or something. Maybe actually sage.
Sage? Okay,
Yes.
that's much easier to come across than tobacco right now.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking sage.
You start smoking some sage as you see Mr. Cleve come back, the tiefling butler, as he gives you a little bow and says, "Was dinner up to your liking, madame?"
Trish nods at him. It was very delicious, and then starts to reach into her money pouch, her coin pouch.
You watch as he puts a hand up and says, "I'm already paid enough. There's no need for any more tips."
Trish blushes slightly. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I just always like to give to those who take care of others.
You should give to those who are in need more often than not. But it is a good way to think of things. As he opens the door and says, "Don't get too cold out here, mistress."
She pulls her cloak, kind of wraps her cloak more around herself. Trust me, I won't. The cold hasn't bothered me in quite a while, anyway.
You watch as the tiefling goes upstairs as he notices both the only 2 doors that are closed are Vasim's and Sita's, and looks towards the study and knocks on it. Kill, what did you put in you just finished up your letter. What did you put in?
I'm writing it to you now.
Oh, okay then.
Uh,
Well, you hear the knocking of the tiefling butler as he says, "Hello, Miss Kyon, are you in there?"
yes, come in.
He opens the door and sees you at the desk and says, "Are you taking home, lady of the house?"
Yes, it's lovely. I'm just a little homesick.
If you need a letter delivered, I can always take up a courier.
Where I need this to go would require going to the college
Oh, is it
and
called?
going through one of the portals.
After saying that, he says, "Oh, that puts a kink in the plans, I believe.
Just a little.
Not only that the college is notoriously secretive, they are also closed at this moment.
Yes.
I believe, though, you should be able to find your way in if you do impress them, though.
I hope so.
Well, you've earned
I'll
this.
try my best.
You've done this so far.
I have?
Yes, you earned this house, didn't you?
I suppose.
Just remember that don't be careful when dealing with people in the city.
How so?
There have been less than holier folks making their way across, trying to upend some things.
Well, I suppose if I ever meet one, I should just make a deal with them.
I guess that's better than outright fighting them.
It seems to work for other things.
Yes, indeed.
After all, the rule of where I live is the words are much stronger than the blade.
He gives you a nod and says, "That should be the motto of any man who values wit more than strength."
This is true.
He gives you a solemn nod and says, "I hope you have a good night, madame. I'm going to go to gonna go help my apprentice out with his dishes."
Of course, and take it a little easy on her. I understand what it's like in a new area and not understanding customs.
After you say that, he looks upon you and says, "Well, I'll keep that in mind. For now, I'm just trying to teach her the ways. She wishes to become a maid, and it's not set in stone whether she will be here forever or not."
Well, there could be worse places she could be.
Infinitely.
Agreed. Have a good night. I'm going to stay here and continue writing.
Don't stay up
I'll
too
see you in the
long.
morning.
Also,
I'll try.
I've alerted the bakery. They will deliver them every morning for. And wait, hold on. How many years was it?
As long as he shall live.
So every day. I've given it so that you can cancel at any time. Just. May I ask for the time frame?
The time frame?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how long he intends to live. I'm afraid. But should news ever reach me of his passing, then they will stop.
I guess that's as general as that you can get. He says with a big old sigh and says, "Have a good night, ma'am. I have some dishes to clean."
Good night.
You watch as he makes his way downstairs as you're still in the study.
She's just gonna continue writing.
Understood?
Ow.
Can I come out of my room? Like, can I open the door and just kind of walk out of the room?
You do.
Can I, like,
You do so. You see the hallway, the foyer, and the staircase.
I walk over to the study. Keone's in, and lightly knock on the door. I go, Keone?
She just does that thing where she was leaning on her hand and she just drops and makes that noise like, huh?
And I open the door and I'm like, so you want to go for that run today, or do you want to do?
Sure, let me just wash my face. And she's gonna leave the letter out on the desk and go past him towards her room.
As she walks by, I kind of sneak my way in, and I kind of walk up to the desk where she was writing and look down at the letter, and I want to read what she wrote, just because I'm a little nosy, being nosy.
You hear, as she wrote, Father, was this blizzard you? I'm trying to find my way home, but it's more difficult than I thought. There are many Fae here, and there are those who do not trust me for who I am. I intend to attend the college. Maybe I'll find a fix for my deformity, as that woman called. Was she the Raven Queen from the story? The letter ends.
I put down the note and just kind of sigh, and I'm like, oh dear, what have I done?
Wait, the message goes on for about 2 more pages, but then you notice
Oh, okay.
the very end where it says, Kyun, Princess of Frost. Would you like to do a history check?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, I'm putting in that history check right now. You read my mind. I was gonna say, can I do a history check? Like, you read my mind. I was gonna ask. All right, that's a plus 2. Fuck. God.
As you look at it, Princess of Frost doesn't ring any bells. As you're about to set it down, the crow grabs it.
Hey, put that back.
You watch as it starts flapping around the room, just above your reach.
Give me it. Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
This is like something
What?
that happens in a Disney film.
You watch
This is exactly what happens in a
You watch
Disney
as
film.
it dives into the ground as it merges into the shadow, along with the letter.
Oh my. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. What have I done? What do you want? Exactly.
So Kyun's currently, I'd say, outside with Trish right now, while she's smoking sage. So we'll get...
Keone, well, she would have gone in, she would have, like, changed and just, like, lightly washed her face and just, like, wake the fuck up.
Oh yeah, in your room.
Yeah, like, she would have, like, changed into some actual running clothes.
Got it. So while you're changing, this is all happening. As you watch as from the shadow, the Thin Man appears, holding the letter still. Reading it and scanning it, and as he says, "Now ain't this quaint?" He says he has a big old smile. No, he's in you're Sita's in the office study. Kyun, you're in your room, right?
Yeah, I thought you said the Shadow Man appeared in my room.
No, in the room with Sita. Sorry, that was.
Yeah, sorry, I got confused.
Okay, so
Details.
he's reading it as he says, "Now ain't this exactly what I needed?"
What? Do you have something like? Are you connected to her or something like that?
Didn't you read?
Are you connected to her father?
Didn't you read the Raven
I
Queen
did
from
read
the
it.
story?
Oh, I did read it. I'm just questioning. Are you truly something that... Did you cause something to her father that shouldn't have happened?
Not I, but someone else. He gives you a quick little grin. Our Lady has many proclivities.
What did she do?
Let's say she has a little thing for her father. What a fun.
That doesn't
time
help
this
at
will
all,
be.
but... It doesn't help at all, but thanks anyway.
Mm-hmm. I'll be keep this back on the desk. As you hear his hearty laughter as he goes into the ground. Kyun, you hear laughter from the study as you finish freshening up.
Like, what kind of laughter are we talking
A
about?
very deep and hearty laughter.
She's gonna look confused and she'll be like tying her hair into a braid as she walks back in.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
As you walk back in, you see on the floor the letter and Sita.
Yo. And I pick it up and put it back on the table and just...
Did you read my letter?
What? Oh, you could say that. Yeah.
Out of character scene, you just could have said that the Crowmaster thing.
That would be really stupid.
You just said,
I would have believed it.
Crow grabbed it. I got it back.
So don't interrupt again, Vasim.
I mean,
so
you could
say that.
Why
You
would
could say that.
read my letter?
I was just a little curious. That's all. I was just,
About what?
Oh, nothing. I was just wondering what you were doing, and I just saw the letter and just decided, take a quick peek. Small peek.
And
All right, let's just go for a run now. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, would that be great? That'd be fantastic. I quickly make my way out of the room and past her down the stairs.
she's gonna like try and grab his arm before he gets out.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Sita.
Oh, jeez. This is
So,
gonna suck.
so Keon, make a strength check.
Oh fuck.
All right, so my dexterity. Oh yeah,
Oh.
I botched it. Oh, let's go! Let's go!
Sita, with the grace of a tumbling monkey, you manage to slip and slither your way out of Kion's grasp as you run down the steps, down through the foyer, and into a new area. Well, the outside area.
He's gonna follow.
You each
Yeah?
run past Trish as she's smoking sage, as she doesn't really notice, and run out. Are you still running, Sita, or are you gonna let her catch up?
I'm gonna let her
You got a
catch.
choice. My speed is 40.
Oh,
She's slowly catching up on you.
I turn, like I just find a way to turn somewhere and just kind of go off the trail and like.
You turn into an alleyway.
Darn, Trish wanted to go. I'm sorry, I had to go AFK.
Oh, it's alright. The Kion is just chasing Sita, nothing too big.
Okay.
So
Nothing
anyways,
major.
Sita, you run into a random alleyway as you also hear another wait, no, Kion. Yeah, you're past. Okay, so Kion, you hear another set of footsteps on hard cobblestone that you hear right above both of you, but Sita doesn't seem to notice.
Keone is just going to use her rabbit hop to get onto the roof.
As you hop onto the roof, you see, jumping from rooftop to rooftop, a certain person, seemingly human, but as he turns to you, he has a glaring red eye as he goes, shh, and points down to the alleyway where you see Sita currently looking in the middle of a crossway. Four paths, 4 alleys. Which one do you choose? You came from the left.
So I could go either middle, right, or left.
You can go. Okay, let's say this. You came from the west. You can go north, south, and east.
I'm gonna go east.
You watch as Kion. You finally catch up with this red-eyed person as Sita makes his choice of east. As he follows and says, as quietly as he can, "Catch up," with a wide smile.
Oh dear God! Hold on.
She
Oh,
just
just looking at who
looks
this is in
confused
character,
and
out of
keeps
character.
running past.
After you pass him up, he's like, you hear, well, damn.
Wait, what?
after you pass up, Red Eye, he said
Yeah.
he says under his breath, "Well, damn." As you see, Sita goes to a dead end.
She's just gonna hop down in front of Sita, like wall Sita Kioni.
Yep. Kyon is blocking your path, Sita.
Oh dear God, jeez.
She doesn't look angry or anything. She just looks confused.
Oh God, you scared me. Jesus.
Sorry,
Oh,
habits, but
yeah, I get that. I sit down on the
It's-
ground and just kind of. How did you get up there?
I can jump really well.
Well. Ah. Well.
Sita, what's going on? Why are you acting so weird after reading my letter?
What? Oh. It's nothing. There's, nothing at all. Don't worry
Insight.
about it.
Roll an insight check with advantage.
Oh, come on!
And Sita, roll your deception.
My deception, because I am a very deceptive person.
And Kyon, you hear, with your passive perception, the crackling of bones as you hear his transformation back to his original form. Sita doesn't hear this, though, as he is too busy coming up with a convincing lie. What's this convincing lie, Sita?
Oh, my convincing lie? Oh, jeez, what can I say?
I need to get that inside up.
Yes, you do.
I gotta think. I'm trying to think about what I can say. I say.
Did I give him an idea?
Nah.
Okay.
At a game? Yeah.
I say. At a game, yeah.
Give him an
Yeah, that would
idea,
help.
Julie.
I had an idea, but I lost it because this chicken is so fucking good.
That chicken is so damn good. That chicken is so damn good.
Hey, I have a bucket of
So
chicken.
good.
Hey, I have a bucket of chicken.
I-
Take my advice.
I got a bucket of chicken.
Maybe Sita could say that the area where she's from he's heard like really bad tales, but he's really like confused because she acts completely different.
So you're telling him to be racist?
No, I'm saying that
gonna
he's
be
heard.
racist.
I'm saying he's heard really bad tales.
So he's
But he's
stereotyping.
Okay.
Yeah, stereotyping.
Like everyone from Detroit is really defensive about Detroit, even though Detroit's bad.
It really
Kinda.
is. I say, well, sorry.
You just
I've
see
heard-
Sita twiddling his thumbs.
I just saw that you were a princess, and well, you're from the Feywild, and
You already knew this.
well, yeah, it's just I've heard stories a long time ago before I ever met you guys that the Fey were not supposed to be trusted. Not that I don't trust you. I trust you 100%. I'm just I was just a little surprised that you were a princess from the Feywild. That was
You already knew this.
yeah, I did. I
You
did
I'm
know this.
Fae, and you know I'm royalty.
Yeah, just I didn't realize it was your father was well, I don't know. I can't make up a
Prince
good
of
convincing lie.
Frost?
Yeah, I didn't realize he was the Prince of Frost. I've heard stories, very terrifying stories that people have told me. So
Liars.
as a kid, to scare me.
He's
so-
not that bad. He just
I'm sure he isn't that
He's-
bad.
It's a really long story, Sita. He's just had a really, really bad time. I mean, the Raven Queen of all people
Please
had
not
to
mention.
take away his loved one.
Jesus. Let's Sita kind of goes shivers and just goes, I'm so sorry. he kind of
Dummy.
turns around and walks away. Just kind of scratches his head and
There's
then.
nowhere to go.
No, I turn the other way. Like I turn out
Towards
of
the wall.
Oh,
Towards
towards
the
the
wall.
wall.
Yeah, there's
Oh, I
only
try to walk
towards
away.
Keon or towards
You are
one of
the
3
best.
walls.
I actually walk
Dummy.
towards the wall and just kind of like put my head against it and just kind of
Sita, don't be
think.
sorry. She wasn't my mother.
Wow.
Just, I'd appreciate it if you don't mention the deformity.
I don't notice it at all. I honestly think you're just a normal person. I mean, look at me.
She just wiggles the rabbit ears. With, like, her brows raised, like, really.
Huh, I don't know. Look at me. Look at me. I open up my mouth and I show my fangs, my little snake fangs that I have. See? Look at my eyes. Look at my skin. You think someone that is as pale as I am, besides a vampire and has scales? Yeah. Just kind of an outcast for a while.
Yeah. Look, I still don't fully understand why you were so scared that you'd run away from me because of that letter, but hopefully I can make it so you aren't scared of me anymore.
I'm not scared of you. It's something completely different that I cannot say or mention.
Why?
Due to the... I don't want to put you in danger.
I'm in danger every day of my life. Have you not met who we spend time with?
You don't
I've
understand.
almost died like 3 times the last 2 days.
You hear laughter, Sita and Keon, right above you. As you hear, this time, the snake's been cornered by the bunny. Well, this is probably one of the most entertaining things I've seen in a while. As you see, dropping down behind Keone, standing around 8 to 9 feet tall, a giant, wide, toothy smile with a bunch of jagged teeth, eyes as white as the piercing snow, and ivory horns with light blue skin. And as you watch as he waves his fingers around his eyes, and you watch as they start glowing red. His right eye.
Keone, move! I cast firebolt.
Wait, no!
But
And
okay,
I try to hit the guy behind her.
roll to hit.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get up to combat skill checks.
Y'all about to get in combat, just the 2 of you.
Yeah, well, because I'm pissed. There's something about this guy that you don't know. You'll figure it out later.
How much health do you have, Sita?
I have 36.
And how much health do you have, Keon?
28.
28. Oh.
I'm squeaky.
Plus 6. Yeah, do I add my spell attack bonus to that?
You no, to hit, yeah.
Okay, to hit, yeah. 18?
Wait, okay, hold on. So, roll for damage first.
Okay. How much damage does Firebolt do? I cannot remember. 1d10.
What is that 8d8 disturbed?
Oh, you'll see after he's done rolling damage.
Okay.
Fuck, he got snipe.
Sniped. Wesley Snipes.
He got sleep. Oh my god, he got sleep, didn't he?
As you throw the molting ball of flame at the Oni, you watch as he says the little rhyme from before.
Where is he?
No, you have to listen.
Alright, I'm listening.
Okay, so hold on, where is it? Oh yeah, the children's nursery rhyme. Where is it?
Trying to do math. 36 plus 28. 50.
I'm trying to find it. Where is it?
Well, Cena's not going to sleep at least.
Oh, you're gonna figure out what's exactly happening right now.
Well,
I'll
hold
tell you
on.
later.
I sent it to you.
You sent it to
What
me?
I think is happening is
Okay.
happening.
Okay, you hear him in a rhyme. Lock the door, blow out the light. The hungry Oni haunts the night. Hide and tremble, little one. The Oni wants to have some fun. With his mouth wide, showing off all of his teeth in a big old smile, you watch as Kyon falls asleep. Sita, as he walks towards you, and the wound that you made with the fireball heals completely, as if there was nothing before.
Stay away from me.
Now,
I'm gonna kill you.
If I wanted to kill you, you wouldn't be standing here, he says with a smile as big as ever. Now, why don't you take a moment to think about why I could do this? Cornered like a snake in his own burrow, hiding with a sleeping little bunny. You watch as his executioner's axe forms in his hand, giant, almost as big as he is, and says, "Who do you think would survive the night?" He says, looking towards an answer to his obviously rhetorical question.
That's a dumb question.
You're right.
You are not.
He rolls to attack you.
Obviously, rhetorical
16.
dumb question. 16 does hit.
I wanted just to show you the damage so you can figure out for yourself.
Okay. Okay.
In one quick jab, he stabs into you, pinning you against the wall as he says, watch as he still holds it and comes closer together and pushes your head against it as he's towering over you and says, "Now listen here, little snake. I'm not here to kill you just yet. In fact, I'm not here to kill you at all." As he rips it out of you as blood spurts onto the ground. You see, your friends met me yesterday, and I'd say I gave them a pretty well first impression for an assassin, especially one of my appearance. So, here's what I want to say. I know exactly what you want, and you can get it, as long as you keep your eyes to the ground and your mouth shut about who I am, what I am, and he points to your shadow. Him.
I've kept quiet about him.
Are you sure? It looks like you were about to break. Even though you couldn't even make a good lie if your life depended on it.
You can't even make a good kidnapper if your life depended on it.
He does another.
Excuse me?
He does another wide.
Comeback burn.
You watch as he has a bigger wide smile. It's like, tell that to your brother. As he suddenly disappears.
Son of a bitch!
I was gonna say, do not tempt the guy who has the sleeping Keone behind him about kidnapping.
You are wounded, Sita, as you do not see the footsteps of the giant Oni. All you hear is one leap, and that's it. You don't.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm listening. Just
You're in the snow. You're in pain, and Kyon is asleep on it.
I kind of like get up and walk my way over to Keone and try to push on her to try to wake her up.
Kyon, you suddenly wake up from a strange little sleep, a dreamless sleep. As you see Sita with a hole in his chest.
She just makes a noise like she was trying to scream, but she covers her mouth to stop the noise.
Keone, help. Oh,
She's gonna like help him up and start to take him back to the manor.
As this happens, Trish,
Yes, sir.
would you like to use your ear to the ground?
Yeah.
After smoking your sage and watching Sita and Kyon run off, you decide it'd be a good idea to find the Oni. It doesn't take you too long, in fact, as just walking around the block, you see him leaping and bounding, with only his footprints visible, his entire form seemingly invisible on the rooftops.
Can I use Vampire Expulsion? Like, if I'm not using it in combat, does it still count as I used it?
I'll say no.
I'd like to use my Vampire Expulsion to jump up on to fly up on the roof and chase after him.
As you fly up onto the roof, you watch as he reappears and his form, with his bones crackling, shifts down back into a more human-like form as he says, "Oh, there you are. What are you doing over here now, you little rascal? Enjoying the new swanky life of an upper-class noble?"
Trish groans. Ah, you know that I don't like the swanky life.
"Well, you got it nonetheless," he says with a wide smile. "So, here for information?"
Yeah, I want to know more about that purple drug you were talking about. Also, where'd you just come from? Did you just come from a job or something?
"Oh, just some information taking. Something simple."
Trish, can Trish use insight?
Yep. You have to face off against his deception, which is one of the highest in the game.
Yeah.
You have to beat a 27.
Fair enough. I don't think I'm gonna beat that.
You know what? Roll. Let's see if you get a nat 20.
I probably won't. Let me see what my insight. My insight's a 4, so even if I did get a nat 20, it wouldn't matter. Unless if I use my psionic power.
Let's see it.
Plus 4. Ah, fuck it.
You don't believe he has a reason to lie. As he looks at you and says, "So, about the drug, I believe that it's coming from, well, in the outer layer, there's an abandoned mine. It seems that the guards are making sure no one goes in, but they're not doing good enough. As it has been seen that people sneak in and out just moments before the new guards come in to take over the old guard's shift. And another thing is, keep an eye out on some of the, well, students here. I hear that some of them are just, well, like I said before, taking time bombs."
Trish looks a bit flushed again, and then looks at him. What if I could gather some of that drug for you? Would that help you maybe figure out what it is that's turning them into time bombs? Maybe we could find a cure somehow or something?
He takes
Not
a
that you,
he takes
not
a
that you would
deep
be
little
interested.
he takes a deep little inhale and says, "I believe that you'll figure this out. It's the people who mine it, but they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly who they're giving what, and they might know exactly what to do to counter it. Though, that's only an if. My job is to get information on contracts. That's it."
Trish, keeps, she kind of looks a little bit weakened and, looks at him. Have you seen any people around here that might be kind of, bad? You know what I mean? You know how I am. I don't like to feast on those who are good, as she scratches her neck a little bit, like as though she was, like, a junkie.
He gives you a quick little glance and a rare look of actual sympathy as he says, "Unfortunately for you, the only fat pig I could find in this city, other than the thugs that you routed and the noblemen that you spurned, are just generally not around most of the time. Just merchants coming in to check their stock once a blue moon. I don't believe you'll find anyone bad unless you look into their souls."
Trish nods and then reaches into her pouch and looks at it. I'm starting to run low. Alright, if you find any information on jobs, can you let me know, please? And no one who has a family or who has some good of heart. You know how I feel about that, and you've done it to me in the past.
Well, considering your strict limitations, I'd say this is the only job you'll have for a while. He gives you a nod and says, "Anyway, you should check up on your friends," as he points over to the middle of the street where you see Kyon helping Asito, holding his stomach with blood dripping down.
Trish would like to use Vampire Expulsion to,
You already have it activated? You've been flying this
Okay.
entire time.
I'd kind of like, she wants to rush to them and, help, Keone with Sita.
Mhm.
What's going on with, what happened to him?
You know, shit happens. Ow.
Trish would like to roll for medicine and rip off, and if she gets a high roll, to rip off some of his shirt and start wrapping him up.
Alright, roll.
I gotta find out what my medicine is again. I think it's +2. Yes.
The wind is blowing.
Where the fuck was that like 5 minutes ago?
You managed,
Right up the ass.
you managed to rip off his tattered, bloodied, and dirtied cloth that you could barely even call it a shirt, and use what remains of it to wrap him up. He is now, well, shirtless.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no.
Please
no,
roll
no, no,
a
no, no,
con
no.
saving throw for general hypothermia.
I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
realize I was muted. Keone goes, "You're gonna give him hypothermia," and she's gonna throw her cloak on him.
I was about to do that. Damn it.
Don't worry. Just
Alright,
roll.
Constitution?
Yeah, roll a constitution.
Also, could I, is his health low enough where he could need a lesser healing potion?
I'm only at 23. I'm at 23 health
So
because of the 13.
Okay.
you see that he manages to fight the cold long enough to get back inside of the house, where you see the butlers talking in the main hall. But as you come in, they look towards you and they look with exasperation as they both come.
Trish would like to scream, "We need some help here!"
As
Keone just looks at Trish and goes, "No thanks to you."
ooh,
I'm not the one who found him with the... I found him with the hole. I tried to help him the best I could.
I found him. You took his shirt off and made him almost get hypothermia.
I'll buy him a new shirt.
you watch
This
as
isn't what we need to be fighting about right now.
the butler and maid come in. The maid, is almost at the verge of panicking, saying, "Oh, what do we do? What happened? What do we do? What do we do?" And Mr. Clive, keeping himself as composed as possible, says, Come, let's take him to the... There's some storage rooms that we've been waiting to renovate. Take him over as you take him over to this emptied room with all there is a table and some cobwebs. As you enter, and he says, "Okay, so here. I'll go get some medicine." As he immediately leaps towards another storage room where they keep the cellar where they keep barrels of food, extra supplies, and whatnot.
Keone's gonna use a mix of prestidigitation and shape water to try and keep the area as clean as possible.
Trish wants to look at both of them kind of suspiciously. What the hell happened? Did you guys get into a fight?
Oh, no, it just appears that I have a hole in my stomach. Maybe if you would help, that'd be fantastic.
Trish starts putting pressure on the wound. This is the best I
Thank
can do
you.
for now until we get some stitches.
You are in pain, Sita.
Ow.
Yeah,
Yes.
do you have any sutures of any type? I might have to cauterize it if we don't have anything else.
Sutures.
Don't bother do what he needs to.
You watch as the butler comes back, and Etune right behind him holding the supplies. What seems to be a vial of clear liquid and what seems to be thread and a needle, as he says, okay, this will hurt a bit. As he takes the clear liquid in a cup and just pours it on. Sita, it stings. It burns.
Yanni's just
Ow.
gonna kind of
Ow.
hold his hand and try and help him through it.
You what?
Trish wants to
Ow.
do the same, like put her hand on his head. It's gonna suck, man.
You watch as he
Ow.
starts to sew, and it feels awful as he closes up this round, this like wound that's cut in, and just as he closes it, cuts the thread, and makes sure it's all tied. He says, "This is. You just need some rest now. Get him to his room. As you watch as he takes the supplies from the Goliath maid Etune, as she goes up to pick up Sita, holding him as carefully as possible.
Keone's gonna go with them.
You watch as
Yeah.
what do you say? What do you do, Sita?
I was gonna since I'm kind of like in a daze from the pain, I just kind of look up at the person who is it the Goliath who's carrying me?
Yes.
I look up at her and go, "Wow, you're pretty strong." Like I'm just in a daze of how much pain I'm in. I can't really form thoughts. I just say that out loud.
As you say that, she looks down and says, poor master. Yes, I'm very strong. As she continues to take you upstairs, as Trish and Keon follows, as she opens the door to Sita's room and carefully lays him down and says, I'll go make sure the room is cleaned. And clean up the foyer and stuff. There's some blood there. She leaves, leaving only you, Keon, and Trish.
Huh.
You hear
That was
Vasine's
a bad-
loud snores from his room.
Trish exhales and looks at Keon. I know you might have doubts about me, but I'm not a complete idiot. I wouldn't have let him freeze. I was going to put my cloak on him as well.
You pulled his shirt off in the middle of this winter.
He
You were
That was-
right outside the
leaking.
house.
That was the best she could do at the moment.
I was going to put my cloak on him. I know you might not trust me or like me, but sometimes I've specialized in this stuff. I've seen millions of people.
Yes,
It
I've met
hurts.
some of the millions of people you've met.
Yes, but I've saved people as well. Just because I've murdered doesn't mean I haven't saved people. I know you don't like me, but I'm trying my best to better myself.
You what?
Trish kind of, like, twists her cloak around, like, does the whole, like, dramatic, like, twit thing where they, like, push the
Tsundere.
cloak out. Yeah.
Tsundere.
Then, yeah, that. And then she turns
Yeah.
around and heads towards her room.
Keone just rolls her eyes and she just tries to make sure that Sita's comfortable as he can be.
Yeah.
Hi. How you doing? Just
What happened, Sita? I remember red eyes and then I went to sleep and there was a lullaby and then
nothing.
There's a hole
It
in
was
your chest.
nothing happened. I promise. It
Clearly something happened.
Roll deception with a disadvantage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I knew there was gonna be a
Insight on that
disadvantage.
Yeah, you get
There
to
was a
roll insight
disadvantage.
on that, Keon.
100%.
Let's see what you get.
2d20, so that's with the disadvantage. 15.
15 plus what?
Oh, 15 plus 5, which is 20.
Oh.
Damn it.
I have my charisma is at 19. My deception is plus 5. So
Keon, you don't know what happened, but you don't feel like he's trying to lie to you. Like, trying to mislead you. You don't know what, in fact, is going on. It just is all strange.
She just looks so frustrated from not knowing what's going on lately.
But hey, it's okay.
It's not.
Thanks for. But listen, thanks for helping me back there.
Could have
I'm
died.
glad there was. Maybe. Yeah. I'm a snake
Hole in
too,
your
so
chest.
yeah, that too. But thanks again. Oh, so that was a good run, right?
Oh.
Sita,
Hmm. What's up?
that Oni, that man, Red
Yeah.
Eye.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
No.
You told me to get out of the way and tried to throw a fireball at him.
Oh,
The
well,
second you saw him.
Oh, he just startled me. I thought he was coming to kill you. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hurt. That's all.
No, he's a friend of Trish's that wants me to join them for some reason.
Oh,
I don't want to.
fantastic. My face kind of goes a little bit more somber. Ah. I just thought Onis were evil from the rhymes.
Well,
And
I believe he's an assassin, so you're not wrong there.
yeah.
My dog is walking up into the hallway where he is.
You
But-
watch.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. You see that he is struggling right now to keep awake.
She is gonna put like a warm, wet bit of fabric on his forehead. She's just gonna sing an old lullaby from where she's from.
Make a performance.
This better be a damn good lullaby. Out of character, this better be good.
I mean, she could use her Tides of Chaos to make an advantage.
The room just explodes from the wild magic.
Yeah, can you imagine that? You do so, you get like the lightning strike one, you have to strike Sita 3 times with 4d10 lightning.
Oh my
And I die.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for advantage then, and I'll just roll on the wild magic table.
Oh
I
dear.
haven't been able to use my wild magic yet either.
Yeah.
Just
Turn him into a rat.
And Trish
it's
come
a damn good
into
lullaby.
Oh.
74. Wait, 74.
Ah.
Can Trish come into the room?
Wait, before. So,
What happened? What
What
happened? Am I gonna die?
Within
Am I gonna
60
die?
Within 60 feet.
What's
So it might not be him.
Okay, so let's count how many there are. There's you. There is Sita. There's Trish. There's Vasim. There's There's Jameson. There's Et. So it's 1d7.
So it's not Sita?
You hear from the hallway a big old thud as you hear Mr. Cleve go, Monsieur.
I just realized what happened. I sang a lullaby in my hag glowed with wild magic. I'm fucking Rapunzel.
Rapunzel
Nice.
and Elsa sitting in the tree.
In a tree.
Keone was the thing from lesbianism, so I don't know what I was trying to
What?
Oh no! So, anyways, you hear
Okay.
some dragging. As Trish, you notice that the Goliath maid has fallen.
Trish
She
would
can't
like
get up.
Trish would like to rush over and look at her and put her hand like under her head. Are you all right?
So
What happened?
I just feel a little under the weather right now. I don't know what.
Trish would like to check her pulse.
It's all right. It's just that it could be just anything really. As Jameson looks up to you and says, "Can you help me to take her to her room? I'm afraid I can't lift without some help."
Trish kind of like rubs her shoulders and like cracks them a bit. I guess I could try. I'm not the strongest. I rely more on stealth, but sure, I guess I could try.
Roll 2d20 plus your strength. You have advantage because you're getting the help action from your butler.
Okay, so my strength is that I would do plus 10 or would I do the
Athletics. Athletics, yeah.
Athletics.
Watch this.
Yeah, no, it's a 0.
Oh no. Anyways, roll it.
My acrobatics are the thing.
No, your acrobatics is like if you fall from like a high place.
I know. I'm just saying that's what's high. Let me see. I gotta go 2. So D20.
Sita just looks at Keone and goes, "What did you do?"
Once we get the girl in her room, I'd like to roll for insight to try and figure out what happened to her.
Sure.
13.
That's it. As you and the butler barely get her off the ground and start lifting her, she is blushing bright red as she says, I'm not that pudgy.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. It's not your weight. It's just we're weak fools.
Make a deception check.
I gotta find out what my deception is. Plus 5.
Oh, she got...
20.
If I rolled 1 higher, it would have just
20.
been glowing with bright light.
Yeah.
Hey.
Her face lightens up as you both manage to get her to the servants' quarter, where it is a bit nice, but it's only like one big old room with 2 beds, 2 dressers, and 2 little lanterns. As you lift her upon the bed, and make a nature check, or no, an arcane check to see what's wrong with her.
I have a fear in arcane, so.
What did you do?
I did nothing. My head did it, apparently.
You got some really
11.
powerful hair.
Maybe I could add something to it if that doesn't do anything.
Well, you know it is something magical. You just don't know what exactly.
Trish would like to continue to look at her. Well, she's not been poisoned, and then look at the butler. Well, she hasn't been poisoned. That's my specialties. I'm thinking this has to do with something with magic. Her eyes lighten up a bit. I think Keone would know. She knows about magic.
Oh.
As she rushes off to go find Keone, like kind of not yelling it, but kind of like calling it out. Keone, where are you? I need to talk to you.
As you walk up, you see in the room Keone singing to a now sleeping Sita.
Trish would like to kind of use not like stealth, but she would like to be quiet as entering.
Let's say you pass because he is unconscious now.
Okay, I thought I would wake him up by accident.
I am a sleepy boy.
Trish would like to stand at the door opening and kind of wave at her to come here.
Okay.
Keone's got her back to the door.
Oh, well then she'd like to whisper, Keone, could you come here for a minute? I need your expertise in something.
I'm not helping you and your assassin friends.
I'm not asking for assassination. I'm asking for the well-being of another.
What?
your maid, she fell down, and I think it was a magical cause to it. I'm not good when it comes to that, but I think you are.
It'd be nice if you could actually say her name.
I couldn't recall it. I'm sorry. Like, out of character, I couldn't. I literally, I couldn't.
E.T. et.
E.T.et?
E.T. et. Like,
E.T.et.
No, like E.T. et. Like, et. And in French.
Et.
Et. There you go.
Can I re-say that line then?
Yes. No, wait, no. Because,
Okay.
have you ever asked her name?
No, I don't think I've ever asked her name or been aware of it.
They introduce themselves in front of everyone.
Well, then can I fix that? Because I couldn't, like, out of character remember it.
Okay, then.
Your maid, Et, I think that is her name. I might be pronouncing it wrong. She fell down, and I checked to make sure that it wasn't any poison, and it wasn't, and I think it may be magic, and since that's your specialty, I thought that maybe you could take a look upon her. I'm kind of worried.
Fine, I'll go look at her, but next time you refer to someone, don't refer to them by the job first. It's just me.
Trish sighs. I wanted to make sure. Trish exhales. I'd like to make sure that I was saying her name right. And that's the thing that I and everybody else knows her as. So excuse me. As she bows an apology.
Keone just rolls her eyes, takes the rag off of Cedar's head, and leaves it on the desk next to him, like the bedside table. And she'll head towards where Et is.
Trish would like to follow after Keone.
No, you're showing her where Et is.
Oh, okay, then Trish would like to look back at her. She's in her room. That's where we left her, at least. As I guide Keone in her own house, which really doesn't need to be done, but you know.
You see Jameson in the servant's room. Oh wait. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Cole Twitchbot, for 1,000 bits. Huh. Thank you.
Don't worry, that's part of my people. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Then I was a little confused. Like, am I getting bot rated and I'm about to lose my?
No, you're not. That's a friend. That's part of my people's.
Oh well, thank you for the bits. And continuing on, you see Jameson there. He's over her, put a little wet rag on her forehead, and she seems to be just breathing slowly.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check.
Roll. Let's see what this is. 14. It seems kind of strange. You don't really know.
Wait, could I get advantage? Because technically it came from me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that nat 20, please.
You know that your singing is a bit... can get people sick with the funky flow of freshness. But you never seen it do this before.
Did you just say that?
What did you just say?
Trish looks at Keone. Well, any ideas? Like I said before.
No, but I just had God in my head and I'm tempted to poison my own wine.
Wait, was that in character or was that a joke?
That was a joke. So anyways,
okay.
You see that you know that she has been poisoned by your singing.
She just holds out her hand to Trish and goes, "Potion, please."
Trish, do you want the one for animal friendship or healing potion?
Health potion, you idiot.
Trish giggles. I know, I'm just playing.
She could die. And you're
Trish.
You know
Trish
that
looks
it's
better.
only going to last for for 2 hours, so you could save the potion.
Yeah, but Keone's dramatic.
Oh.
Trish.
Plus, I'm not very, like, commoner health is very different to adventure health.
Oh, you don't know what poison does? They just have disadvantage on all ability checks. for as long as the poison lasts.
See.
Trish continues to rummage through her
Hey there, Eagle.
pouch. Trying to find it. I should really use this. Are we gonna need 1 or 2? Because she is a bit
1.
bigger. Okay. She pulls out one and hands
Hey,
it to
Mama,
you.
did you see the bits I sent you in chat?
She's gonna put it on the bedside table next to it, and she'll scribble out a little note saying, "Take this if you feel worse for wear."
Okay.
And she's just gonna wipe her forehead with a rag. She'll whisper into Jameson's ear that it might be her fault, accidentally.
Sir, please get out.
Okay.
Trish looks at her. So you know what it is? Did somebody break in and hurt her or something? Should I do a check around the house? I could do that.
No, it's just food poisoning.
Food poisoning. Huh.
As he hears
That's why
this,
there's not great food.
as he hears that, he says, "Oh, monsieur, it must have been some of the fruit. I should have known
Yes.
better."
Trish
It's okay.
Trish looks, well, at least nobody broke in. And then looks at the butler. Maybe next time be a bit more careful when you're preparing the chicken and the duck.
It is not his fault.
The food was prepared perfectly. It must have been the fruit.
The food poisoning can come from ill-prepared food before it's even taken to the kitchen.
Trish
Yes.
bows. Excuse me then, sorry. Just in the cases I've experienced, it's just been ill-prepared duck or something. Excuse me.
The problem we have here is that she just needs to sleep it off, okay?
Trish nods and then looks at him. Excuse me again,
I think
and then walks out of the room.
I think it's time for everyone to get some rest.
I'm gonna rest here and make sure she's okay for the next 2 hours.
Wouldn't that take like lack off of her like long rest?
No, long rest is only 6 hours, so this
Okay.
constitutes it. So, as you spend the 2 hours of your long rest, you watch as she gets better. It starts going from that shallow breaths to just naturally sleeping.
She takes a deep sigh and then she starts to slug back to the study. She'll sit at the desk, look down at her note, and after about 2 breaths, like she's about to write more, she just kind of face plants the desk and falls asleep.
Yeah.
Trish would like to go look for Keone to ask how she's doing, how the girl's doing. Like, wait, because since Trish doesn't sleep.
You look around and you find that you don't find Kyon at first. As you look at the servants' quarter and sees that both the butler and her are already fast asleep. After a bit more searching, you find Kyon in her study.
Trish would like to look around for something to cover her with.
There's nothing in the study except for your own cloak.
Trish sighs. She's probably gonna treat me like garbage tomorrow, but here you go. As she covers her up and then walks away.
Okay, you cover her up with your cloak so she's not cold, and you go back to bed. Or staring at the ceiling.
No, she'd like to, just, hold her crystal and hum a lullaby that she used to sing back in before she was a vampire.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did Vasim sleep through the whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah. He went into a food coma.
Mm-hmm. So now, it's put in. It's been a long rest.
I wake up and I'm just still laying in bed. I don't move. I just kind of stare up at the ceiling and just like, yeah, I'm still in pain.
Not as much pain as before, but still pain.
Just look up at the ceiling, remember everything, and just go, well, shit.
Yep.
Tierney's just fast asleep at a desk.
I kind of like kind of rustle, like slowly rustle my way out of the bed, so I don't hurt myself. Stand up, like kind of sit up in the bed, and then kind of slowly stand up.
You realize that you realize that the only problem you have is you're shirtless. You don't have an extra pair of shirts. You are innerly, and you are not in a lot of pain, but in enough pain that everything you do does a twinge.
It's gonna be everyone's problem.
As
Trish would like.
I'm gonna
to
make it
go-
everyone's problem.
Trish would like to go knock on Sita's door and ask if he's awake.
Yeah. I kind of make my way to the door, but it's very slow, like, so it's like a couple minutes before I actually reach it. I kind of open the door and just go, yeah,
you see
I'm
that
awake.
wait, hold on. As you are knocking on the door talking to Sita, you see the butler coming up ready to wake everybody up. But seeing you have already woken up, Sita says, "Well, it seems like you're going to be another helping hand here."
Trish laughs. I just want to talk to Sita for a minute, that's all.
So, okay. As he knocks on the Seam's door, as you hear the loud snoring stop as the dragon awakens. And he goes check on Kyon's door, but sees that it's still open and no one's in it, and goes, "She must be at work in her studies then." As he goes to the study, and you hear loudly knocking, boom, 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 on the study door to Kyon.
I rolled to see if I'd sleep through it.
This is fantastic. You just boom, 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 boom. Oh my god!
And she's just fast asleep.
Just screaming at the door. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Just had a hiccup.
What would I roll for that though?
Let's just say a Constitution saving throw.
Hold on.
You are wide awake as you shoot up, drool on the desk, and Trish's cloak on you.
She just starts fanning herself like she's been overheating all night.
Oh,
Eh,
it's
Can Trish talk to Sita now, or would you like to?
yeah. You can talk to Sita now.
Trish would like to help him over to the bed. Please, please, don't stand and exert yourself.
I just woke up. I need to move.
Trish looks at him and clicks her tongue. Not with the way you were injured yesterday. Out of character, would a potion maybe like heal him fully or help finish him off, heal him up the rest of the way?
No, he's already healed up. It's just this is flavor.
Oh, could we maybe could Trish go out to a potion shop and get something to finish him up?
He's already fully healed. He's had a longer rest.
Okay. Sorry. Trish looks at him. So last night, I ripped your shirt to help bandage you up. I was wondering, since you really are slow to moving, if you'd like to come with me to the shop, or if I could just take your measurements and buy you some new clothes. It's not a burden at all.
I would much rather come with you.
Trish nods. Alright, well, they're on me. I just made a lot of money from a job lately, so I don't mind paying.
Okay.
Okay, so Keon, we'll go back to you after Sita and Trish do a little shopping trip. Okay.
Also, I'd like to collect my robe or my cloak from Peony.
Keone would have just chucked it back into Trish's room.
Okay, well then she'd like to collect her.
You collect it from your room as you see Keon has somehow silently just thrown it into your room.
I casually just wave at Keon with no shirt on, just casually waves.
She doesn't even notice.
Oh, I was gonna do something.
Oh, you can do something actually.
She just looks at them and she just, the fake part of it taking over, just wolf whistles. And heads down for breakfast.
Yeah, I figured that would happen.
As
There
you,
would be no
as you head down to breakfast and see that it's flapjacks, maple syrup, and some sliced apples.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As you see it's only the butler as he says, "I'm letting Ed sleep in for a bit. She had a rough night."
Okay. Do you by chance have any extra cloaks that I could wear? I don't have a shirt, as you can obviously see.
Trish looks at him. I mean, I have a cyan one, and I have a black one upstairs you could borrow.
Give me the black one.
Trish nods, and she'd like to, after breakfast, go up to get it.
Yeah.
I need to try my best to hide my back too, so that's what I'm trying to do as well. I'm trying to keep my back away from everyone.
Yeah.
Lucille
Yeah.
has a feeling that he missed something.
Would it be bad if Trish was to notice it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then Trish won't notice it.
So you give her, let's say the cyan cloak. You give that,
Okay.
and Sita, you're now wearing the cyan cloak. It's a little small on
Okay.
you because it was made
Oh.
for
He
Trish.
wanted the black one.
Oh, the black one. Yeah, black one. Sorry.
It's a little small.
Trish
But, you know.
sighs. Or exhales. Sorry, I just, I'm not not a Yuntai, pure blood. Sorry.
Yanti.
Yanti, sorry.
Yanti. Yep. Oh, it's okay. I need to, I don't really like showing my skin off to anyone.
Trish nods. Don't worry, we'll get you custom-made clothing today.
Fantastic.
And then she looks at Vasim. Would you care to come with us? I could get you something as well.
Sure.
Nice.
Keon?
Did I miss something?
You missed a lot.
Okay then.
You're missing breakfast.
Yeah, you're missing
what?
breakfast.
You
You're missing
run?
breakfast.
You run.
I said I'm what?
You're missing
You're
breakfast.
missing breakfast.
I would like to not have that be a thing. So I don't know. Vasim is very distraught at this.
Vasim goes down in a hurry to eat some breakfast with y'all. Y'all finish breakfast. It was a nice little meal. As Trish takes Vasim and Sita to a nobleman's shop. Or would you like to go in the middle area to Vivian's?
Could we go to the middle area and also somewhere where Trish could pick up some large vials?
You can go to the middle area and pick up some vials from Ivan.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay, as you pass by Ivan's first after going through the gate, and seeing gets a nice little day for him as a man walks out with a bunch of what you don't know is light gray potions. As Trish goes in, and he goes, "Oh, hello there. What you need?"
Well, first off, I'd like to buy some large vials, as well as a couple of lesser healing potions.
How many lesser healing potions?
Lesser healing potions are 25 gold.
And the regulars are 50.
Are 50, yes.
Yeah. So how many would you like?
She'll do 70. She'll do 50 gold, so that's 2. And as for the vials, she'd like to buy 5 large vials.
Okay. Hold on. For the vials, how many are there again? You want
5 large vials.
He looks at you and says, "There'll be 5 gold pieces for the vials," and then as he points over to the healing potions, how many for those again? I didn't quite hear you.
She'd like 2 lesser healing potions.
2?
So that would be in total
55. You hand him 55 as you gain 5 healing.
large vials.
2 healing, 5 vials.
Okay, so 2 healing would be... Okay, so
2 lesser, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna... 1. Let me find it on my thing. Okay, and then 5 large vials.
Yep.
Okay, 1 second. I have to put that. Five empty large vials. Okay.
There you go. So
And
now,
then I do minus. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
so you buy the vials, and then you go towards Vivian's.
Trish would like to open the door kind of excitedly and then say, "Hello, darlings."
The old woman looks at you and says, "I call my grandchildren that I don't want I to be called that."
Trish blushes as her face becomes a deep dark red. Sorry, I was actually thinking your granddaughters would be here today.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. As he looks behind, he says, "So who is those shirtless boars you've brought into my shop?"
Trish would like to put her finger on her lip. That would be my friend Vasim, who's the Dragonborn, and then the how do you say his
Yanti.
Yanti. That is my friend Sita. They're in the worst for wear for a couple outfits, and I would like to get them something.
Okay, come over here. I'll take your measurements. While you yes.
I'd like to keep the cloak on, please.
As for myself, I think I am in the market to find something new.
Okay, you may look around while I take some measurements. As she takes the measurements of both Vasim and Sita, and then you look around and you see the same clothes and cloaks you've seen before. Cloaks of every color of the rainbow, beautiful dresses, so on and so forth.
Is there also like pants and just shirts?
There are, but they seem to be in a different little section that is a little bit more filled. It seems, as she says, "I'm a dressmaker, but most people don't know I make many clothes. Luckily, I'll be able to get rid of some today."
Trish nods. I think you will.
So, Dragonborn, let's start with you. Would you like something that's like your bronze skin, or something else?
Something similar to the color of my skin, yeah.
You watch as she pulls out some bronze traveler's clothes and hands them to you. Add that to your inventory. I'll send you the link of what it contains. Okay. And then, as for you, Hydra, she looks to you and says, "So what about you? What would you like?"
Oh, me?
Yes.
A nice cloak. Oops, sorry. A nice cloak.
No shirt?
Oh yes, a shirt, please. Maybe a long T-shirt or a long shirt, a long sleeve shirt.
It's okay. As she takes out an oversized shirt that seems to be red, and then hands it to you and says, "Is this what you want?"
Yeah, something like this. Yes.
And then anything else other than the cloak?
Maybe a new pair of shoes.
She picks out a red cloak and hands it to you, and then takes out 2 big old leather boots and says, "These?"
Yeah, those would work.
Okay. She puts them on the floor and turns to Trish and says, Zach, in total, without whatever you want. Are you okay?
Sorry.
You're dying?
Yeah, I have a really bad cough right now. I'm just trying to get
What's the,
stuff out of my mouth.
4
what's the
gold
tailor
pieces.
shop called? What's the tailor shop called
Hold
again?
on, let me find it again.
And then could you message it to me?
Vivian's Dresses. There
Okay, I
you
think
go.
I spelled it's Vivian's like
Here you go.
like VIVIAN.
There it is.
Okay. Trish would like to look around some more for a second. I'm still deciding, but
Okay. She looks at you and says, "This is 4 gold pieces for now, so I'll tell you the total price whenever you're done."
okay.
She goes back to her chair and starts reading her plain brown book again.
So Trish would like to buy some shoes, but she'd like to have a pair of shoes that kind of almost like is like ballet shoes a little bit. But would there be anything like that?
There are many like that, each with
Like that has like ballet kind of like style to them, but like laces up her legs.
For those, she only has like 3 pairs of them, where it's like one's white, one's brown, and one's red.
Trish would like to get a pair of those as well as some
Which
black
color?
leggings. The brown.
Okay, and then as you bring those up, she looks and says, "Okay, this in total will be."
She's not done though.
Oh, she's not done.
No, she'd also like to get a pair of black leggings and like black kind of like legging pants.
Yeah, I heard that.
And like a shirt, like just like a shirt like with long sleeve,
White.
a long sleeve black shirt.
Okay, black. And she looks at you and says, "In total, this will be 8 gold pieces."
Trish fumbles around in her pouch. Not a problem. She pulls out 8 gold pieces, and then says, "Could I go try these on to make sure they fit?"
Yes.
Okay.
And while she does that, everyone add into your inventory your new clothes. So Vasim, add your bronze traveler's clothes. Sita, add your red cloak, brown boots, and red shirt. And Trish, add everything that you got.
Yep.
Got it.
Let me just put it all in. That's 155. That's not right. Okay.
There you go. So now, what do you do?
I'm still putting in my stuff.
Got it.
She still wants to.
You try them on, and they seem to be of good fit, except for, yeah, the t-shirt is only slightly oversized, but that's about it.
Trish would like to go have it sized up.
Sized
fit her.
down?
Yeah, sized down to
A
fit
t-shirt
her.
to be sized down, right?
No, she still wants the long sleeve. She just wants it to be like less baggy and more form fitting.
Okay. As you do that, as you ask her, she simply does so, and you are now given a nice fitting shirt. Now, you are each done, right?
Yes, Trish would like to go out not wearing
Yep.
her dress for once and be wearing that,
Okay.
as well as her armor, what armor do I have again? I can't remember. It was a fitted studded leather armor on it.
Okay, there we go. As you each leave, Kyon, back to you. Let me guess.
Okay.
Do you wish to go to the orphanage?
Not yet.
What would you like to do
Well,
first?
yeah, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll put on like a random dress from the wardrobe and head straight to the orphanage while everyone's out dress shopping.
Trish would like to head to the orphanage with the
Not.
other.
You have to remember that you did this whole entire shopping spree and whatnot,
Oh,
so
right.
you'll be
Okay.
introduced much later.
Okay.
So back to you. You are walking through as it's another light snow day. As you go towards, well, you don't really have you go towards where you were told where the the barracks orphanage was, As you see, there's no children there, but only guards.
She is gonna approach one and tap them on the shoulder lightly.
As you approach one that's talking to another and tap him, he looks back at one of the bear guard and says, "Oh, what do you need?"
I was a part of rescuing those children yesterday, and I was told I could come here to visit them.
Oh.
Like I promised.
When after the whole entire bust and a quick search, we couldn't find anything in there. So what we decided that this is more of a holding place than it is an orphanage, and we sent him to the new owners of the Saints to Heavenly Orphanage, now called, well, the Children's of Flame Orphanage.
A what?
Children of Flames Orphanage.
And they're safe? There's no one seedy there?
You watch as he takes a deep breath and says, "I personally do not trust the primordial cultists myself, but they've proven themselves."
No, what?
As you say this loudly, he's like, "I know, but they are kept around as they..."
She doesn't let him finish. She just starts bolting towards where the orphanage was.
As you bolt towards the orphanage, past the library and all that, you see with the Saints to Heavenly Orphanage, now renamed Children's Flame Orphanage. As you see, the children are currently inside, as you see through the window, learning from not a nun this time, but this time a woman dressed very strangely. Bandages covering her entire form, where you can see her arms and her face covered in these, except for her eyes. You see that she is wearing a red cloak, and she's currently drawing something. What seems to be you don't really see just common words. What do you do, Keon?
Are there any languages I do recognize?
Yeah, they're writing in common.
Oh, I thought you said it like they were writing in different languages too.
So, as you look in, you see that they're currently teaching the children primordial. Does Keon know that?
Yes, she does.
It seems to be very basic rhymes that are taught to people who are learning the language for the first time. As you see, it's only her. As you notice, there are past there, the door open. You see a few in the kitchen cooking up some stuff, all wearing the same thing, a red cloak. But only the teacher right now is wearing the bandages.
So she's gonna call out in, I can't remember what it's called, but the fire dialect of primordial. Hello, I'm looking for others in charge.
As you say this at the window, you watch as the teacher turns her head along with the little orphans. No. I was telling you what you saw through the window.
Oh, I'm sticking with it. I just thought I was going through the door at first, but I'm sticking with this.
As she walks towards you, and you watch as she opens up, and instead of the cold air coming in, warm air flows out.
Oof.
As you see her, as she says, "May I help you?" As she stops mid-sentence, looking at your ears, and says, "You're the winter piper that helped out get out the rats known as the alleyway men, aren't you?"
I'm growing quite fond of that name, yes.
Come inside. You don't need to be in the cold. The warmth
Oh, I don't mind the
follows
cold.
us. But they do. As she looks towards the children, who do you see their hairs are standing up due to the sudden influx of cold winds?
I'll go around the door if you don't mind.
Propa. As she closes the window and you walk in through the front door, and you see that what once was the front door where it had like little banners of the Lights Order and all that have been replaced with the emblems of a phoenix. As you now see these nuns walking around in their red cloaks, currently just talking in primordial, seemingly just talking about how the fortune they had, coming into the city just as the alleywaymen were vanquished from their home, so they could take over.
Like, did they stop at the word takeover?
Make a perception check.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna use my... No, I'm not using my Tides of Chaos. There are children.
Are you sure, though?
Not the children.
I'm
Not
not
the
about
children.
to fireball a fucking orphanage, man.
Fireball an orphanage that is currently ruled by who?
Actually, no, you got a good point. Fuck it.
Let chaos go forth. Roll on the wild magic table as you hear, "The Phoenix guides us truly. We all must follow suit.
Oh.
We shall teach the children what we can do, what we can see. And as your skin turns light blue, modified memory is removed."
Oh shit. 28. Wait, no.
Wait a second. Wait, hold on. Oh, I was reading 24. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was about to say, oh shit.
I was like, what?
Oh, well, this is good. So,
Yeah.
as this happens, you feel a little bit magically empowered.
Fuck yeah.
But for now, you, let's see here. For now, you just hear that the Phoenix guided them, and they are going to teach the children the ways of the Phoenix.
Can I insight to see if it gives me a bad feeling?
Roll. You know, the way that I'm allowing it is that you can use your Tides of Chaos as much as your proficiency bonus allows it. So you can use it 2 times a day.
Okay. I'm gonna use it one more time. Ah, that's better.
You know they follow the Phoenix, a primordial essence of rebirth and flame. The Phoenix themselves are good creatures who believe protecting the innocent with the risk of their own lives. Though these people are fanatical because they believe, like the Phoenix, they will be reborn in flame. Though you do ascertain their intentions are good.
Okay, she'll relax a little then.
As you go towards the teaching area, you see the nun there, and what was previously hidden from you, as was hiding in between the hidden spots of the window, a little stand with a small phoenix there.
Oh. I shall leave and bow to the Phoenix.
As you do so, the head nun, who is currently teaching the class, takes notes and says, Not many of this city know of the Phoenix's significance. I'm glad that you understand it, especially in this trying time. Now, may I ask, what enamored one, what do you do here?
Well, I made a promise to the children that every week that I'm able, I will come to visit them.
The children are all looking with smiles as the Winter Pipers come in, as she looks and says, "A promise is a promise, then. But
Of course.
Let me finish up today's lesson. I just need to teach one more rhyme. As she
Would
goes,
you mind if I sit in? And she'll speak in the flame tongue.
as you do,
Well known in the tongue myself.
as you do so, she says, "My, a role model for the kids then. Very well." As she teaches the final little limerick, which is the phoenix ashes lead to rebirth. And that's about it. As she says, "Class is dismissed. You may follow the winter piperd."
So, what would you all like to do?
You watch as all the kids start saying a bunch of stuff at once, hopping around and holding their hands up in the air. You cannot ascertain a single one.
She goes, okay, let's do something we did back home. Does everyone have something to write on?
You see that they still have papers that they've been writing their notes on. You see lots of primordial scratched on with very simple stuff. It's a very sloppy handwriting.
Okay, so write your idea on paper and then hand them to me.
You have 8 little pieces of paper. 3 of them say build a snowman. 4 of them say snowball war. And then 2 of them say making snow angels.
Okay, then. And what she'll do is she'll cast prestidigitation to kind of put them in the air and kind of like a swirling mass, and then she'll reach her hand up and grab 1, and then 2, and then 3. And that will determine the order that they do the tasks.
Roll a 1d8, a 1d7, and a 1d6.
Okay.
Let's see what you've got. You got, Snow Angel, and then Snowman.
She'll stop for a second, she'll tap her chin and go, how about then Snow Angel, Snowman, and then the snowman can be in the army for the snowball fight.
You watch as the kids talk to each other in a little group huddle, very loudly saying, and one of them turns around with a little blonde boy from before and says, "Yeah."
Come on then, wrap up warm though.
You watch as they each wrap up in red cloaks, looking like mini versions of the nuns, and follow you outside. You see that the head nun is keeping watch through the window and just sits down and opens up a red book. The kids immediately start playing in the middle of the street.
Keone will kind of gesture for them to not be in the street if there are like carts around. And she'll use a mix of shape water and rare frost to create like a small safety barrier.
As you do, each of the kids stay on this side of the safety barrier and start built away from the street where you see, in this part, not many people are around, like in terms of carts and whatnot. But they
never be too safe.
Yeah. So you watch as after you build this safety area, they each start building snowmen for the snow war. And all the other ones start making snow angels, getting snow all over their cloaks. As you see,
Out of character,
yeah.
Tion is like a mother. It's a complete mother figure right here. And this is adorable.
More like that chaotic big sister that will 100% tell you to throw snow at the nobleman if he gives you a rude
Yeah,
sign.
exactly. Yeah. I had to throw that out there because this is absolutely adorable. I had to throw that out there. So continue.
Hold
It's
on.
giving me that little bit of serotonin I gave.
Hold on.
On an unrelated note, Dole can need to hurry up and join the session soon.
So I can beat his ass.
You watch as the head lady comes out again and says, "You are used to the cold, aren't you?"
I was born in it. Lived in it.
Then you should know this, as she opens up and reveals two things: a bunch of little sticks and a jar of maple syrup. As you recognize a old tradition called maple taffy,
Fuck yeah, I love maple taffy.
where you would pour maple syrup onto fresh snow and roll it up with a little stick.
She just looks so excited. I've been missing home. I remember doing this. She just looks happy. She looks so happy right now.
Yep, and you watch as the little kids start lining up, taking a break from the snow to get some. As the headmistress looks and says, I'm surprised they remembered to wear their mittens this time."
Well, I find that usually with the promise of fun in the very next moment, they'll do anything for it. Even take care of themselves.
She nods and says, "They need it now. The Phoenix predicts that fun is in short supply these days, and in the future as well. But let's not look at that.
Prevent that.
Right now we've been preparing for the Harvest Festival. We're going to let the children run around, but try to keep much of an eye on them as possible." You watch
I'm
as
thinking of maybe hosting a party for the Harvest Festival. Everyone seems to enjoy it, so
it's going to
maybe
be
they could. Oh,
It's gonna have to be late at night, so because the stalls and stuffs are set up by the evening so that everyone can play at night, and then everyone returns home for the feast. Do you have a home?
yes. I'm sure they'd be fine to stay the night.
I was thinking more of we can have the little feast there. Although I wouldn't like these little rugrats to stay in your home, I'd rather them have a feast there and come back to the orphanage. Where's your home located?
Within the inner layer.
Her eyes widen up for a second, but then slowly calm down and says, "A woman of sophistication I sensed, but I didn't imagine you were like that."
Well, it's a long story.
And you do treat us with some amount of malice. I saw how you ran through the snow in such a hurry. May I ask why?
I apologize for that. I was very worried when I heard they were not where I was told they would be.
She puts up her hand and says, "Now that's the only good response I've heard all day. I've been accosted by the locals saying that I was a flame-toting madwoman, that I will burn down the orphanage before the end of the day."
And if it makes you feel better, some cities before I thought I would freeze them all to death with the blink of an eye.
She smacks her lips and says, in a much neutral tone as she could possibly stand, "Duly noted."
I can't do that, don't worry.
You see, we prevent the fires. We burn only when need be, and we help people out throughout the town, making sure that the fires aren't started, don't spread, and keep to a minimum.
Yes.
You watch as all the kids are still waiting in line for their maple taffy as she starts making it for everybody. She says, "Would you like one or two? I have enough sticks for about triple these young tykes."
Let me think. 7-ish, please?
It's okay. She makes 7 just for you. and then makes 8 for each kid and says, "When you'll get another one when you play in the snow when I think you had enough exercise."
You know, next time I visit, I could teach the children some Sylvan. It's a very cool language.
I have experience studying multiple languages, and learning two at once tends to confuse them. So maybe let's keep it to just quotes and idioms.
Of course. In the back of her head, she's just thinking, I'll teach them all the insults for the nobles that are rude to them.
As she says this, Trish, Sita, and Vasim come walking down the street.
Trish would like
Oh.
to
He
wave.
waves goodbye to everyone and starts to head up towards the group.
Trish
Hi,
begins to
Keon.
wave excitedly. Hello! Wait, why are they going back inside?
They're not out. They're not going back inside. Kion is going towards you. They're playing in the snow.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going back inside. Sorry.
Hi, Vasim.
Hello.
Trish puts both of
Hi,
her
Keon.
hands.
How you doing?
Hi, Sita.
Trish puts both of her
Sorry,
hands
I
on.
Oh. You may speak, Trish.
Trish puts both of her hands on her waists. I thought it was time for these two to have some new outfits, so I got them some. Don't they look nice, Keon?
You see Vasim wearing traveler's clothes in bronze, a cloak, nice shirt, nice pants, and you see Sita wearing nice boots, a red cloak, and a red shirt. As they both look very nice now.
And then Trish looks at herself. I'm gonna definitely be taking this armor off before I see the children, but I thought maybe
What?
since
What?
I'm wearing clothes under my armor. I'm wearing armor right now because I'm always wear armor. I was gonna take it off before I see the kids. So I was gonna take it off before the kids, and I thought since we'd probably be running around, it'd be good to buy something less flowy for once. As she shows
Keone
off.
just looks down at her practically bald now.
Can Sita go play with the kids?
Yep.
Like, can you run over and like play with the kids in like the snow and whatever?
Okay.
Even though he's a snake.
Yeah.
He'll
You
try his
should
best not to.
try the best not to scare them, as most of them don't even notice that you're snake-like.
Mhm.
And you start just throwing snowballs at the little kids.
This is where the fun begins.
Keone will just do like a low whistle for the children in the way she would have been doing for like Charge the Snowman, but instead the snowman is Sita.
Oh dear.
How many of those
Like-
hit? As nat 20.
Oh my god.
You watch as 1, 2, 3, 4 miss, and you watch as 1, 2, 3 make their mark. One on the tip of your forehead, one on your shoulder, and one on your hand, and then one kid throws it directly at your crotch.
Oh god.
Keone will just wince.
You don't know which kid it is.
Oh,
I'm gonna kill that little son of a bitch. Oh, those are my
That witch.
marbles. Oh, god, my
Keone's
marbles.
just kind of chewing on her maple taffy.
Ow.
Like to notice a large grove of pansies, violas, and
It's snowing.
They're inside.
oh, we're inside.
No, the pansies and stuff are inside because it's been snowing.
No, but these are flowers that grow in the snow.
Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, you were I was talking about more of like they're grown inside during the snow. Like, get what I'm saying?
I'd like you know what I'd like to do with the flowers though.
Yeah. You go inside, and with the permission of the nuns, you make flower crowns.
I make one.
You just make one?
No, Trish makes the flower crowns a pansy, a viola, in the pattern of pansy, winter jasmine, then viola. So the crowns are a lovely purple and yellow. She makes one for each of the children,
You make 8.
and one for each of the group.
So in total, that'll be 12.
12. And then one of the flower crowns in particular, she casts presentation on, but you won't know what color it is until after. Until she meets.
So you give every single one of them a crown. All the little kids who seem excited and each are trying to convince each other that they're the king of the snowmen.
I'm just laying on the ground holding my nuts just
Keone is just gonna walk up to one of the children and tap them with the lightest little frost touch and give him like a little sprinkle of snowflakes on their nose.
Trish would like to walk to the seam with the flower crowns like on her arm, she's like holding them on her arm, like she has her hand through them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's holding them. She'd like to come to Fasim and then place one on his head.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And then craft
on my head?
and then a flower crown, and then cast presentation on it to make it bronze, and then walk over to Sita. Are you all right?
One of those little bastards hit me in the crotch.
She
Just
just
Keone, you yell across the battlefield, language!
I'm sorry. It hurts.
Trish kneels down. Don't worry, we'll all have a snowball fight and you can get him back. And places one on his head. What color would you like your crown to be?
I don't care.
Trish makes it a lovely, vibrant red color. And then she
Cool.
walks over to Keone and then looks at her dress and then casts prestidigitation on the flower crown, making it match the color of her dress as well as sparkle like as though it was coated in some kind of like fairy dust or glitter or something.
Yep.
And then hold it out. I know you're probably not going to take it, but this one's for you.
I'm not allowed to.
Oh.
Trish looks. Why not?
It's the law of my land. If I accepted that crown, I could be in a lot of trouble. I can only wear the crowns from where I'm from.
Trish puts her hand on her face and then sits there and thinks, and then says ah, and then turns it into a bracelet. And then can I cast prestidigitation on it to make it into a bracelet?
No. Cursive vegetation doesn't change the form, it just changes colors and aspects of it.
Well then can I, Trish would like to remove several of the flowers from it and then turn them into 2 individual bracelets.
Okay.
Would this be any better? They're sparkly. She looks at Keone a bit timidly.
She just raises one eyebrow.
They're just... I thought you would like to match everyone else and have some kind of accessory of flowers. I made them even look like the color of your dress, to match. She smiles.
Oh.
I don't know what you're trying to get from me, but I'm not going to help your friends.
Trish shakes her head. I don't want you to help them. I know your morals, and I wouldn't ask for that. I want nothing from you. I'm just doing this out of kindness. She continues to hold the bracelets up.
You may make
For
an
once.
insight check against her, Keone.
Keone is currently stuck in her beliefs.
Oh.
Trish looks at her. For once, could you give me a chance? And can I roll for persuasion?
No, I think this is more of a roleplay thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I allow
Yeah.
insight checks against each other because, lies and whatnot.
Could she roll for insight to see that I'm not fucking around?
Nah, that's up to
Okay.
her.
Okay.
So,
Trish.
yeah.
Trish's smile slowly begins to disappear. I understand if you don't want them. I was just trying to do something nice. to show you that I do have some goodwill. She looks a bit sad and disappointed and looks down at the flowers. Find someone else to give these to if you don't want them. I don't want the flowers to have their life mean nothing. As she walks away. Turns away, sorry.
Okay. And then you go to then you see the little kids are still playing in the snow, throwing snowballs at each other and all that. You don't think that they don't see anyone else to give the crown to at the moment.
The bracelets.
The bracelet, yeah.
She then walks to Vaseem, holding the bracelets. I'll have to add another couple of flowers to them to make them fit.
Hello.
Would you like these? I could have these match your crown.
Yeah, sure.
Trish smiles and then goes back in to gather a few more flowers and then unravels one of the sides, the side that holds it all together, adds a few more on there, and then places them upon the seam, and then changes them bronze, and then smiles, putting her hands together, really happy. Do you like them? With a big fangy grin.
Vaseem, what do you say? Hello? We see like you trying to say something, but I don't hear anything.
I don't hear him either. Vaseem, can you say
Me either.
What, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, no, sorry. Was that person speaking?
Yeah, I asked you, I changed them to match your crown, and I asked you, how did you like them?
Oh, sorry.
I think that's a yes.
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 As
Trish would like, never mind.
you see, as now, you see one of the little kids comes up, and all the little kids are behind him, as they yell, "Adults versus kids! Snowball fight! 3 hits, you're down!"
Trish laughs and rolls up her sleeves. You're on!
Vaseem takes off his clothes and pretty much the same.
Okay.
Sitza's just gonna kind of crawl back inside and get into the warmth because he can't stand the cold any longer.
And you got hit in the nuts.
Coward!
And I got hit in the nuts. I'm just gonna crawl back inside.
And then Keon.
She's gonna look at the children, smirk, and go, "Are you sure you want to challenge me to that?"
Yes! Winner takes the final maple taffies.
Her eyes just light
It's
up.
odd.
Okay, but we'll add to that. If we win, we get the maple taffies. If you win, you get to come to the harvest feast at our house. At my home.
Yeah! Okay. Roll initiative.
It just cuts out.
Roll initiatives, as now you must battle in the snow fight. Are you guys ready?
I want to ask a question.
Full on pummels a kid.
Could I, instead of the psychic blade being blades, could I turn them into snowballs instead?
You're
like
actually gonna
purple?
hit them with stuff?
No. It
Okay.
has to be just with snowballs, and none of you are proficient with snowballs, I presume. Except for Keon, because she grew up with snows.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the kids got a nat 20.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
Can
would
that
I
be the
roll?
same kid that hit Sita in the dick?
You roll. It's initiative.
Yeah, the one kid
So 1, 2,
Oh, so
3, 4,
a d20 plus
6.
8?
Kid just goes
Yep.
first and
That kid goes first.
And the rules for this one is if you're hit with 3 snowballs, you're out.
Watch all these kids be absolutely cracked at snowball fights. Like they're just
Christ, snowballs, my guy.
Here you go.
they're so cracked.
I love how we're doing all the
Oh,
Could
folks.
Trish still do a move that's similar to Psychic Blade, where it's instead of like where she
Why do you
throws
want to
Just-
hit
two?
children with
just-
stuff that kill them?
It's
It's
just
not. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying I have my psychic blade move is where I can, for action, I can throw one, and then for a bonus action, I can throw another.
no. That's only with the psychic blades. Because then, if I allow this, it could set up a precedent where it's like more like, you could do multiple stuff like that, which can be a little confusing in the future.
Fair enough. That's what I was just trying to ask.
Yeah. So then, let me just get all these stats.
Did you make the screen already? Because I don't see it.
Yeah, I
Does
did.
anybody else see the map?
Can.
What?
What?
What the?
You didn't hear that, did you? All I heard was my girl.
He's. I don't know what he said. That was my boyfriend.
Oh.
What did you just say? What did you just say? Because they picked it up. What did you say? To who? Why to me? You fucking
All I
weird.
heard, that's all I heard. All I heard was my girl
He
in
said,
the
"That's
background. And
my
I was just like,
girl."
what the fuck did I just hear?
He's listening to the stream right now.
Okay.
What's the password?
All lowercase gamer.
Okay. All uppercase?
Lower.
Oh.
So, this is you, Kion.
Yeah, it's worked.
This is you,
The little
Trish.
star one instead.
What?
Can I have the little star one instead?
Yeah. Where is the star?
Third one.
What?
I assume I'm not
Oh,
allowed
you mean
to-
the cleric. Okay, got it. So, first come, first serve. Kid number 1 is gonna beat Joe. Hold on, let me name these. Are you... So, let me reiterate the rules for the snowball fight. It takes 3 hits for you to get out. Snowballs can be thrown at any range. And first one, well, you just get out as it goes. So, anyways, 17. Does that hit you? Does that hit you, Keon?
Fucking yes, it does.
You watch as kid number 1 runs and does a jump and throw as she hits you straight in like the stomach.
She does like a dramatic, I've been hit!
Next, kid number 2 runs towards Kion. Oh no, Trish. And all of a sudden, just point blank, not just 10 feet away from you, throws it at your arm, and then runs back.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can my acrobatics take a play in this? I haven't had an opportunity to use them yet. Could
Acro-
dodge or something like that?
They're
Acrobatic.
not really for dodge.
Acrobatics is more for like if you jump off a building.
They
and
roll
stuff.
Oh.
to hit, and if they hit, they hit. If they don't hit, they don't hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, why are the kids
There's
doing
not really a
D20 plus
dodge.
3?
because they're very ambidextrous.
Because I trained them well.
You watch
That's
it.
why.
You watch as kid number 3 goes into kind of kid 4 and says, "Die, foul beast!" and throws it right at your jaw, Vaseem. Trish, it's your turn.
Okay.
Can I still use cunning action
To hide?
to maybe sneak up on one of them?
Are you sure?
Okay.
Why?
Because it's just a snowball fight.
I'm just gonna say, I'm not even gonna hit him with a snowball, I'm just gonna say boo and startle him.
Roll
Maybe,
for
like,
stealth
and
then. You can still
Okay.
use cunning action and all that.
Let me. I gotta roll. Hold on. I want to go on the one that hit me.
Number 2?
Yeah.
One question.
Yeah.
How old are these kids?
6 to 8.
Okay, so would they be susceptible to distraction by pretty color?
Probably not. They don't even have a. They probably just have a beginner's intuition of money, and you.
I gave them a great goal.
I want to do a luck roll on that.
Okay, roll.
Is that a D20 again? I forgot.
Yes.
$16.
You watch it. You watch as you manage to use some of the broken down snow forts as cover.
And that's for me.
To stealth.
Okay.
So what would you like to do now?
I'd like to. 1, 2, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I just do like this? Like appear behind him?
You can do.
No, actually, I don't.
Well, you have to do. You can't
be...
move through people, so you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like right there. So does that work?
Alright. Yeah. She'd like. Trish would like to just reach out with the snowball and just lightly tap him with it and say, "You're it. Gotcha."
As you do that, she goes, ah! And that's the end of your turn.
What did he say? What did you say?
Scream.
No.
Vasim, it's your turn.
I am going to throw a snowball at Kid 2.
Okay, roll.
Nice.
You only do D20 because you don't have proficiency.
Get him out. Get him out.
Yeah, we need to focus on one kid at a time to slowly whittle down the amount of time to get hit between our.
Well, we already know Keone's not gonna hit any of the kids.
What?
I thought you said you didn't want to hit any of the kids.
Okay, but which icon am I?
I think you're the book.
You're the book. And we were just saying that you just slug a snowball into the ground.
Trish looks at
Where are the
Vasim.
kids' armor from?
Come on!
Kid number 4 notices this weakness and goes around Kid 3 and goes, Foul beast, your aim is shoddy at best.
Trish just laughs.
What's your AC at? What?
16.
And with a you quickly dodge out of the way of a incoming snowball.
What's been talking?
As you now see, Kion's turn.
Keone is gonna pick up a snowball and she pulls it back really far, like she's aiming up a big hit,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes flying past Vasim.
Phew! Vasim, you notice this betrayal. Wouldn't you want to use the oh, never mind. You already used your second one. So
Yeah. She just goes, I'm Faye. I'm still a child, technically. And she does like a little mock curtsy and runs over to the children's side.
the spy has got it. She's been found out. Number 5 yells and then runs over, and says, and he throws a snowball. Says, "Die, sneakster!" And throws it at Trish, right on the side of your, just right on the side of your shoulder.
Trish looks at him. I have bigger matters at play here, and then looks at Keone.
Number 6 goes right besides number 4, and goes, "The beast must be slain. 2 more hits." Keone's at 1 hit. She's dangerously low. As another wide shot from number 6 as it flies past. Number 7 runs towards Keone and hands her a special snowball. It seems.
Don't tell me it's a,
with
don't
a
tell
huge
me
grin
it's,
on her face.
don't tell me this is a pea snowball or something.
No, it has a little. As you look at the snowball, it seems to have a little the little stick in it. So you can just
It's not fair.
shrink. And
All's
then,
fair in love and war.
and then, number 8, who is going to run towards Keon, and with a weak throw, due to his nat 1, he's going to try and hit you. And
Hey.
flops it down.
No, you meant me.
No, Trish. So anyways, it's now kid number 1's turn as he whispers to Kieran, "Hey, I didn't mean it. It's all for them to believe you."
She just gives like a little thumb up.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the dragon. Foul fire breather, perish beneath the snow. 17 as it hits you right in your chest. Right over your heart, Vasim. You are dangerously low. One more hit and oh no. Number 2 quickly hops backwards and goes ah! And throws one at Trish. And instead hits himself. He goes, "Ah! Misfire!"
Trish reaches out. Are you okay?
Yeah, it was. I'm good. It's just snow.
Trish nods. Just making sure.
Number 3 goes down and says, "The dragon must be slain." And with one snowball, right in the middle of your forehead, Vasim is hit and falls onto his back into the
Which
snow.
child was that?
Number 3.
Can Keone do something as like a little bit of flavor?
Yeah.
Not like an actual action or attack.
Yeah.
She just like with a bit of like a mix of Ray of Frost and Shape of Water, she just makes like a little champions looking crown for the child that took down Vasim.
He goes over to your crown and says, and bends down and says, "Make me king."
I hereby knight you in the frozen court.
Wait, he's already wearing a crown.
And she places the crown on his head.
The crown,
Now he has two crowns.
over top the flower crown, he stands up and says, "I'm king of all snowballs! Destroy the sneakster!" As now it's your turn, Trish. You are almost surrounded by children with snowballs.
Trish
What is Kid 3's name?
Trish looks at all the kids and then says, "Oh no," and then would like to use cunning action to disengage and dash.
Okay, where do you dash to?
Out of the battle.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They can't go out of the battle because I kept them in a safety area.
You get to the very edge of the safety area. This is your last hope, but you see, number 4's eyes is locked on you. And as the final set, a simple throw, and it misses, goes wide. Number 5, now Keone, you must use it.
Keone takes, like, she puts one arm around child number 3's waist, goes hold on tight, she runs a few feet, and then she uses her hop to go into the air and throws the snowball at Trish mid-air before landing.
Using the one with the stick in it?
Yes.
Roll
'cause that's
advantage
it.
because it's set. Roll advantage. Nat 20!
And I think she'd land about here with the child. Go,
Mid-
my king!
with the snowball hitting Trish in the square of the forehead, the king walks over and says, "The sneakster is dead! We win!"
Not yet. There's still one more enemy inside. And she just slowly picks up a snowball.
You watch as Sita, as you've been watching in the basically the entrance hall, you see that the head matron comes from the school area and says, "Your friends are done with the snowball fight. You can go out now." Sita?
Sita?
Oh no.
The children got to him.
Yes. She opens the door, and Sita is right here. And you...
Sita, you there?
I don't think he is, so let's just say that the kids pummel him with snowballs as the door opens.
Nice.
As the children enjoyed their snow day, they had fun. But unfortunately, my time is up for this session.
Yeah, it's been a pretty
Damn.
long
Yeah,
session.
so we'll wrap it up as the children go inside after receiving one more thing of maple taffy from the head nun, or rather head flame, and everyone and all of the party go back home to the manor after a nice day in the snow.
Keone would have gone to Jameson and explained her plan for the harvest.
Jameson? Yeah. So as he hears these, he says, "So 8 children. We can make that work. During the harvest festival, we'll make some pumpkin pies and some spookier affairs so the children are delighted. Is there anything you wish to commission?"
Commission?
Yes, like something from your homeland. Something that scares you, maybe.
Scares me?
Yes, it is the harvest festival. You're supposed to dress up and maybe this time eat what scares you.
Well, back home there were these, blue and white dragons. They'd go into the courtyard now and then. When I was little, they used to scare me, but when I grew up, not as much.
Dragons, you say?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll make a paper mache dragon and fill it with candy.
Like a
I think I
piano.
like that.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed a lot. I don't know what
Tell
happened.
them what happened.
You got pummeled with
Oh, yeah,
snowballs.
You got pummeled by snowballs.
Oh, I did?
Yep,
I betrayed everyone.
Why am I being targeted in this?
because they
You're
opened the
last one
door.
standing.
Oh,
Yep. So
I'm just.
now
Yeah.
with everyone back inside, they dried off in the snow, changed into better outfits, and took a long rest as they spent the night sleeping in a nice way. That's the end of the session. Thank you all for joining us, and I hope you all had a pleasant day.